Hey guys, it's Low and Freak and welcome back to the farming series. Today I've got a 2-for-1 offer for you. We've got an egg farm and an auto chicken cooker. Who doesn't like a bargain? I certainly do, and chicken being a really good food source for early game, how can you lose? So I'll get cracking on these farms. They're really easy to build. They're not too resource intensive. You need some redstone bits and whatnot, and hoppers, but I think they are early game. I definitely grind these out pretty quickly in any of the survival worlds that I play in. But look, you'll just stick with me and we'll get through it, and you'll thank me for days. A quick shout out: this chicken cooker design is actually something that a fellow YouTuber by the name of Frilioth came up with. Even though his is in Java, I actually was just fiddling around with designs. As you can see here, there's a few different versions in the back there, whatnot. And I thought I'd just try that design. And it stopped working in recent versions of Java, but for some reason it's working in Bedrock as of 1.13. Yeah, so let's take it. I've tested it for a little bit, for a few days in any case, and hasn't broken yet. Some of the other designs, there is a lava blade one sort of in the left corner there, and then I've got one that sort of uses a bit of a clock and whatnot, and that kind of, as you can see, there's lava just sort of stuck there. I think I might give that one a miss today until I can sort of iron it out, but the one that I'll show you I think is actually pretty good. So anyway, enough chatting and let's get on with the block by block. Okay, so first things first, the egg farm. Now this, while it's not essential, I think it's an important little farm to get going, because this ultimately does help you with the chicken farm. I don't know about you, but I don't enjoy sort of walking around with seeds and come on, chickie, let's go and get into this hole of doom that you're never going to see come out of and stuff. So I've opted to use an egg farm just to sort of get rid of that whole process, because in fact, let's get rid of it. Anyway, that didn't work. Yeah, I don't like doing it. It just wastes time. I mean, you can do it, but whatever. So egg farm's good. And look, even later game, eggs, you can use them for cakes and pumpkin pies, I think, and I guess just egging people's houses and using them in PvP stuff. But in any case, I think that it's a useful little farm. So we'll build that first, and that shouldn't take too long, and then we'll move on to the chicken cooker. Let's have a look in the chest. I'll pause it here, make a list, and we'll come straight back. Okay, so this is pretty much the footprint you'll need for the egg farm, which is a 3x3 area. And the cooker itself is a 3x6, so it's pretty compact. They're both pretty compact. Again, you can make them look however you want, make them fit in your world. It's entirely up to you, but I'll keep it pretty quick and simple and plain, and from there it's up to you how you want it to look. So let's get cracking. So first things first, chest. One chest, move around the back, put your hopper into the back of that chest. Then get your block of choice. I'm just using stone brick because it's easy. And just wrap it around that hopper just to make it nice and easy for you. Then get your glass. Just put it on each side and on top of the chest, like that. And then just wrap your stone brick around the top of it. And that is your egg farm pretty much done. Now, I did bang on a little bit about using seeds and whatnot. Well, look, if you've been collecting eggs the good old-fashioned way, which, as you can see, you've got eggs on the floor there, that's great. But you may need to actually coax some chickens into this one. Again, not too much of an issue. I can actually do that now just to show you how it's done. If you're not familiar with the process, it shouldn't take too long. I'll at least do one for you, but ideally all you want to do is just create a bit of a step onto the farm, and let's go get some chickens. Okay, let's get some chickens. Follow me, guys. So just with your seeds, you just lure them to the place that you want them, where you want them to go. In this case, over to the farm. Now the beauty about this, you don't need too many chickens for an egg farm. You know, anywhere, you know, 5's probably more than enough. But anyway, you coax them up to the top of the farm. Make sure you're crouching at this point, and then just one at a time, you just sort of work your way around there and just knock them in, just like that. And you repeat that 4 or 5 times. Look, the more the merrier. Obviously, you'll get eggs a lot quicker. But in any case, that's pretty much done. Okay, mate, you want to go in there and join your mates. Once you got your chickens in there, you're set. So that is the egg farm done. Okay, with the egg farm in place, and you know the chickens will be doing their bits and pieces, laying eggs is what I actually meant. We'll get on to the actual the chicken cooker. I think there's no point sort of banging on about it anymore. It is quite simple to build. Again, the footprint's pretty compact. I've just put vines there. It might try, to be all artsy and all cool and whatnot, but it's pretty simple and shouldn't take us too long. So how it works, this design's pretty simple. You've got a chicken or chickens laying their eggs into the hopper that's underneath that green carpet there to make it look like grass, because I feel kind of bad. That hopper runs into that bottom dispenser there, which spits out those chickens. Every now and again, the chicken will come out. There's one there, as you can see. At the same time, that same pulse where it spits out that chicken spits out a lava bucket. When those chickens grow to full height, they'll actually be cooked. But while they're little chicks, I forgot the actual height they are, but being on that half slab, their heads won't touch the lava. So they're safe until they grow up, but once they get old, then that's it. The show's over. So to that end, I'll get onto the block by block. So things that you will need. Let's have a look at the chest. Okay, so for this one, I'll explain what you need. So you need 1 comparator, you'll need 2 observers, you'll need 2 dispensers. It's important that they're dispensers. 2 bits of redstone, you'll need a lava bucket, block of choice. Have a stack, but you won't need that many. It's probably 30 odd blocks or less. You'll need some glass. I think I've put 8 in, definitely 8, and also some slabs just to cover the top of it. You'll need a chest, you'll need 2 hoppers, and a bit of carpet to sort of ease your cruelty to chickens vibe. And I've put stairs in there as an option. However you want to decorate it, again, I'll leave that to you. But I'll pause it here, get your stuff, and we'll get back to the block by block. One thing that I will add, just get yourself a temporary block as well. I've just got concrete, use dirt, whatever. It's just important while we're setting up the chicken part in any case. Okay, let's get started with the build. As you can see, it's a 3x6 area. You'll need about 5 blocks in height. I think the farm itself is about 4.5 with the slab on the top, but if you're building it into a mountain, allow at least 5 blocks or something like that. So, but enough of that, let's get on with the build. So same as before, chest, then hopper, then put a solid block there, and one there for now. You'll need your dispensers, so put one on top of the other, like that. Now's probably a good time to actually put your slab down, or well, you'll need to. Put your slab there. Now come around the back and use your second hopper and put that into the bottom dispenser, like so. Get your carpet if you have a conscience. And you can put that just on the hopper there, like so. Once you've done that, let's frame it up just a little bit more. So you'll need a block directly behind the hopper on the floor, just 1 block below. And just so you can actually start seeing how this thing looks, let's start framing up the sides, like that. Now actually that block. These blocks here can be glass if you like to look into the farm. Let's do glass. Now we'll start wiring up the circuitry because it's quite simple. So get your comparator, place it there. So that will read the input or the output of a hopper. So once an egg drops into that, that should send a pulse straight to that comparator. So once you've got that down, then get your observer facing down, and I need to go up a bit, face it like that. So the observer's looking at that comparator. So when that pulses, that'll send the signal up. That's exactly what we want. It needs to be that way. Okay, so now you can start framing it up a little bit. Put 2 blocks on each side. Some glass so you can actually see the chickens in there. And put your block of choice again on either side. Now this is where you'll need your temporary blocks while we get our chickens in there. So place your temporary block on top of that observer and one on top of this dispenser, that top dispenser. Okay, so now it's actually chicken time. Okay, so now it's time to get your chickens in. So if you've got all your eggs, now's a good time to get them. I'll just show you how it's done. Let's grab a few. So again, you don't have to use these eggs if you feel like building a tower up there and dropping your chickens in. That's just as good, but I just find using eggs, obviously spawn eggs are the best, but in survival you don't have that luxury. But just throw them in there until you get about 10 chickens. And that's not how it's done. Might have something to do with me being in creative, maybe not. So you can do that and eventually get chickens. I'm having no joy, or very little joy at the moment. But what I'll do is I'll cheat and use my spawn eggs just to speed this up a little bit. I've lost count there, but that's probably a good 15, 20 in there. So once you got your chickens in there, it should look something like that. Okay, so once you've got your chickens in there, let's finish this build off. So this is, you'll need your observer. And it's important to put this in first because that sort of blocks off the chickens and they can't run anywhere. Because if you broke these temporary blocks, it'll be on for young and old. So let's get that observer in there facing that way. So it's looking that way, and the redstone, the pulse will come out this side. Once that's in, you can break your temporary blocks like so, and this is where you need your 2 bits of redstone. So put one there and one there. Now we'll hold off putting in the lava bucket because that should be the last thing you do, because we still need to sort of close this all up. But once that's closed, we'll put the lava bucket in and the farm is done essentially. And then you just have to wait for the chickens to drop through the dispenser and hopefully hatch a chicken, and then they'll need to grow into full height and then they'll start cooking. But let's just close this off. Like so. Again, feel free to use stairs and whatever blocks you want. The only thing I would say is stay away from combustible blocks. I haven't tested it with wooden blocks. You'd have to be pretty unlucky for that lava to sort of set some wood on fire because it's there for such a short period of time, but I probably wouldn't risk it in any case. So once done that, and we just need to close up the front. Glass, then you can just cap it off like so. And some people like to put glowstone there. Again, it's entirely up to you. I won't, just to keep the cost down a little bit. And then before you close this up with slabs, or alternatively you can just leave that block exposed. But we can just close it up with slabs just for the sake of it. That's so no bad guys spawn on the top. But once that's in, then all you'll need is your lava bucket in this top dispenser. Close that off, the block, and that's done. That's your chicken cooker ready to go. So hopefully in a few moments we'll start seeing some eggs being laid, and from there the lava should come out, and that's it. The system is done. So I'll fast forward a little bit and see how we go. I'm back after about 5 or so minutes, and we have our first chick in there. So the farm does work, which is good news. You just saw some lava spit out there, so the whole circuit is working just as intended. So after some time we'll get some more in there. These ones will grow, they'll get cooked by the lava, and there's nothing in there at the moment because it's only the one chick that hasn't grown fully yet, but it will get you chicken. And like this one here, this has been running for about maybe a couple of hours at this stage. So give it some time. It will generate more and more chicken as time progresses, but it also helps having a lot of chickens in there. So try and get that sort of 20-25 in there. In any case, the farm is working. Make this look as good as you want. I've just kept it pretty simple, as you can see, but I'll leave that up to you. But thanks again for watching. I'm Low and Freak, and see you next time.